12:25 it is on Showbiz in full HD, and it is time for Front Row, and it's all Irish today. Nobody's wearing green. I've got khaki on, but that's the closest we're going to get, as I welcome live in studio some of the cast from Essence of Ireland that is showing currently at the Joburg Theatre. So we welcome, in order, Adam Evans, guitarist.
Thank you.
Good to see you. We've got Jed Graham, creative director and beautiful lead vocalist.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's good to have you here. And also one of the dancers, male dancer,
Hello.
Andrew Kinning.
Nice to meet you, alright?
Nice to meet you. Nice to have you guys here. I saw the show the other night. I couldn't stop moving. I actually kind of had like sore muscles from tapping my toe.
Yeah, well, how do you think we feel?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I actually want to start with the dancing.
Yep.
There are various Irish shows and sort of Irish dancing shows that happen. This one is slightly different because it has a story to it.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about the Irish dancing, because the stamina, I can't begin to really comprehend the stamina needed to be able to do Irish dancing.
I mean, it's pretty full on. I mean, for rehearsals, it's not as bad, but once we actually get to be on stage, the adrenaline comes in. Yeah. So basically, we're running most of the time on adrenaline.
But you're also kind of like up and down all the time. I mean, there's
Bouncing
not
on
a
the
lot of
ground,
grounded stuff.
Basically, this is a secret. Basically, after when we come off stage, our legs are so hot, we have to go into a shin bin, as we call it, which is basically a bin filled with ice.
Really?
Yeah, the ice down our legs because of the swelling and stuff. So that's how hardcore we are. So
yeah, I've gotten that before.
Oh
It's
my
not
gosh.
nice at all.
And then there's the story and the costume changes and everything, and then you're kind of acting as well.
Yeah.
How many are in the cast with the dancers?
There's 11.
11
dancers,
of you guys, and you pretty much tour the world with this show.
Yeah.
And there are Irish people everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere you go,
They're everywhere.
Everywhere. You can't get away from us.
That's the magic about it, you know. Like,
yeah.
It just reaches to so many people.
Well, I'm not Irish, I'm British, but I still loved it. And let's speak to the creative director, Jed Graham. So, was this your baby? Is this kind of or are you directing it?
No, it was myself and Ross Mills. So we inherited a sort of a pretty basic Irish show. Yeah. And we wanted to find a way of making it something a little bit special. Mm-hmm. So we wrote a story that is really an immigrant story. It's about someone leaving Ireland and how they feel about leaving, how they feel about the new life in a new country, and so we built the story so it could be everybody's story. Across the world, there's 80 million plus people who claim Irish heritage. Yeah. So we wanted a show where people could really identify if they were Irish or fifth generation Irish. And indeed, anybody would sort of get a real insight. So we used songs and dance routines and music to sort of to tell that story. So that's how it came about.
It's a nice little angle to have that in instead of just like music wall to wall. Yeah. To have that kind of light and dark and it does kind of take you on a journey. And I must say, for somebody who's never been to Ireland, it really made me want to go.
Good.
It really made me want to just jump on a plane and go to Ireland and go and see the people and see the places and everything. So Jade, you guys are in South Africa until
the 5th of May.
The 5th of May at the Joburg Theatre, and where are you off to after that?
Well, we're back to the UK.
Yeah.
Because the company is based in the UK, although we live, lots of us within the UK and some people in Ireland. But it's easy to get round from the UK to get around the world. Yeah. So we're back for a few weeks off, then into rehearsals for some more dates, and then we're off on a very long UK tour. Okay. And then there's dates penciled in for international dates for 2014.
Amazing stuff, amazing. So in the show we've got the dancing and then the singing element with yourself and...
There's Leanne Thoreau, who's our fiddle player.
She's wonderful.
She's
fantastic.
She's
great.
Yeah.
And we've got Adam, who's our guitarist, multi-instrumental guitarist. Yeah. And Mike Fox, who's our percussionist and drummer.
Amazing
so
stuff.
It's a tight little band.
Yeah, but it's nice to have that element in it as well.
Yeah.
And you also give a little bit of a jig.
Oh yeah, well you got to.
And get down and do your thing.
Yeah, for the old women.
Are you Irish then?
I'm second generation, so
you
my
second
parents
generation?
are Irish.
Okay. Okay.
I don't look it, but...
So being part of the show, you're quite young. Am I allowed to say this?
Yeah, I'm 13.
Oh, 13. Isn't that sweet?
You look it too.
But to tour and do stuff like this, be able to do what you love, and the fact that your parents are Irish is amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. It's a great opportunity. I'm very thankful that I've been given the opportunity.
Yeah.
It's great fun. They're all fun to work with.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Jed, going back to you, I mean, you're an established singer, an established guy, having released CDs and done stuff. You've really been around the block.
I have been. Yeah.
Are you kind of like the godfather of the show?
Yeah, I think
I get the sense that you're like kind of a bit of a maybe father figure, or maybe the godfather figure.
The godfather figure.
Do you like that?
We'll definitely give him that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working in the music business for 36 years now, so it's been a long time.
And you are Irish?
I am Irish. I was born in Dublin.
Okay.
And my roots are, I'm sort of very proud Irishman, so it's a delight to be able to be in essence of.
You've got that sound as well. There's a very definite kind of, I suppose it's a bit of a Irish folk sound to your voice.
Yeah.
But it's kind of mixed with the now as well.
It is, yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, as a vocalist, I do all styles of music, but my real love is Irish Irish folk music. So, but I can sing all sorts of styles. I think when you're on an international stage, it's kind of round some of the edges off, so people can really understand what you're singing. So just sort of using a bit of technique, really.
And the themes of things,
Yeah. So I think with Irish ballads especially, it comes from the heart, so you really need to be able to project that.
And they're quite difficult, some of them. I'm a singer myself, and they seem quite difficult songs to sing. It's not sort of straight stuff, but they're all over the place.
They are all over the place, and it's about taking your breath in the right place and really thinking about
full
what
stops
you're
or commas in those
not,
lyrics. I tell you what. Speaking of which, you very, very kindly offered to do a little number for us live in studio. So if you wouldn't mind, now is the time. And let me just, while you set yourselves up, remind the listeners, Essence of Ireland is showing until the 5th of May. It's such a good night out. It really is. And it's good for pretty much all ages, I would imagine, minimum 4 years old or something. And it doesn't matter if you're Irish, Scottish.
No.
Doesn't matter where you're from. Get yourself down there, Joburg Theatre, and just go and have a good night out. And it's toe tapping. Can't stop clapping. People were looking at me, actually, because I was getting a little bit too excited. But I am going to be giving away those tickets very, very soon for the show. I've got one set of double tickets. But in the meantime, are you going to sing as well? I'm looking at the dancer.
I'm alright, I can sing too, but not on this occasion.
Andrew, actually, I think what we should do is, when we sort of finish, you've got to show me like a couple of moves.
Yep, no problem.
We're only going to play if you do a little jig here.
What, while you play? I don't know about that. Well, you've got to show me how to do it, otherwise I'm going to hurt myself.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
But they're going to do it. They're going to sing a song. What are you going to sing, Jed?
I think we're going to do the Galway Girl.
The Galway Girl? It's Jed Graham. On guitar, Adam Evans. It's Essence of Ireland, to be sure to be sure. And here they are, the boys. Take it away.
2, 3, 4. Well, I took a stroll to the long walk of the day. Met a little girl and she broke my heart up a soft fine day. I ask you now, what's a fella to do? You know, her hair was black and her eyes are blue. I've been around, I traveled over the world, but I ain't seen nothing like the Galway Girl. We were halfway there when the rain came down on the day. She asked me up to her flat downtown up a soft fine day. Asking now, what was I to do? You know, her hair was black and her eyes are blue. Well, I took her hand and I gave her a twirl around the Salthill prom with the Galway Girl. And when I woke up, I was all alone. I had a broken heart and a ticket home. So I ask you now, what was I to do? Didn't know her hair was black and her eyes are blue. Well, I've been around, I travel over the world, but I ain't seen nothing like the Galway girl.
Woo-wee! There we go. Doing it Irish style on Showbiz in full HD. Essence of Ireland, and those are with vocals and guitar playing and vocals as well. Adam Evans and Jed Graham from the show. Go and book your tickets until the 5th of May. And you'll be taken away on a journey to Ireland.
The Emerald Isle.
It's the only word I can say with an Irish accent. The actual name of the place. And to be sure. But there you have it. Oh, let's talk a little bit more about the dancing then. Did you actually train in that style as a child?
Yes, it was actually my first form of dancing. I started whenever I was about 7.
Does everyone in Ireland? Is it kind of a patriotic thing to do?
Yeah, I think so in general. I mean, I'm from Belfast, Northern Ireland, and I think my mum just pushed it into me, and but I just really enjoyed it. So and then I left that, and then did my training in London and experimented with other forms of dancing and stuff. But it's weird because it just sort of does full circle again, and then here I am. So.
And with it being that kind of traditional Irish dancing, there are still different elements to it. I noticed in various of the numbers.
Yeah.
I actually didn't get the information who choreographed it, but do they incorporate stuff to kind of make it more in the now than that traditional sort of style?
I think because the show's such a broad show in general, like as a dancer, it's a good dance, as we say, because we're actually challenging ourselves in more ways than just Irish tap, you know. So it's got all forms of dancing in it, and the on behalf of the dancers, like the cast, are amazing. Big shout out to them if they're listening. And we're in general, I would say we're quite talented in the sense that we can go from the likes of contemporary into Irish tap. You know what I mean? Like it's a big change.
And that little Spanish vibe.
Yeah, we've got the salsa number in the show as well. Still got a bit of tap in there as well, but yeah.
And what about partnering and stuff? I know you kind of with a person, but there's a lot of formations in Irish dancing, which are mind-blowing. And can I just say, as somebody who's into theatre, musical theatre and everything, your spacing is unbelievable.
Oh, thank you. Shout out to like, the dance captain, Abby.
Abby,
she works
their
very hard.
spacing is amazing, really amazing.
She'll love that.
But if you get lost, like there's some really fast footwork numbers, what do you do? Like, meet you with a coda. Like,
you just sort of you have to have spatial awareness for a start, but it's all sort of like, because with the Irish, it's predominantly your feet. You can concentrate on your face, so it's about performance as well, because you know that sort of standard thing of arms by your side type thing.
Not move your arms.
The show's very much about the performance element as well, so we bring that, but I think we've rehearsed it so much that we're so tight, and there's all different formations that we all sort of know now, and once it's solid, that's when the performance element really shines through. You know?
How do they train you to keep your arms by your side? Do they like throw stuff at you while you're dancing and see if you catch it, or
like tie them behind their back, practically?
Sure.
Yeah, it's like being in the army sometimes.
The armies. The armies by the side. That was terrible. That was a groan moment. So Jed, the creative director and lead vocalist, amazing music in there. We heard Galway Girl, and of course Danny Boy is in there. All the old favourites, Irish rapper. Which is your favourite?
My favourite would be Through the Eyes of an Irishman.
I love that.
And that's a real moment in the show. But it's a great moment for me because I really enjoy the lyrics. I really enjoy where it comes from. And that's probably my favourite. For the most patriotic, for feeling Irish, would be Ireland's Call. That's, you know, the Irish rugby anthem. And I feel proud every night walking forward singing that song. It's a great moment.
It always gets a good reception.
And it's a good, it's a great song.
Always have them on their feet.
And what about you?
My favourite.
And when I say you, I mean Adam Evans, the guitarist.
I don't even plan it. I love Carrickfergus. That's my favourite.
Is that your favourite?
Yeah, just the lyrics and the way he sings is just...
I don't know how you guys kind of go to bed at night after doing a show like that. Does it take a few hours?
See, honestly, once the show closes down, your energy's such a high. It's fantastic, you know. You just... when you take your bow at the end, you're just like, this is why I do this, because you know, when the audience are standing on their feet, it's just so rewarding, you know, it's amazing.
Well, the listeners are going to go and book their tickets. Go and check it out, Joe Big Theatre, till the 5th of May. And I'm going to give away a set of double tickets. I'm going to ask nicely if I can give away 2, because I've had lots of SMSs. So I'll let you know. I'll do that at the end of the show. But a very big thank you for coming into the studio today. Adam Evans, Jed Graham.
Thank you.
And, of course, Andrew Kenning. And
Thank
regards
you
to
very
the whole
much.
cast, tell them hats off. Seriously.
Well,
thank
and
you.
enjoy the rest of your time in South Africa.
Thank
We
you.
will
Loving it,
definitely.
loving
And
it.
full houses all the way for you.
Hopefully, yeah.
Essence of Ireland, go and get your tickets. I'm going to